Is what role did technology play in your household growing up?
Um, well, with my age, technology wasn't a big thing. I mean, when I was the age of my students now, I would say the only technology we really had in our house were radios, and we had one television, and it didn't even have a remote control. So I was my dad's remote control.
Non-existent.
It didn't exist.
Didn't exist
Wow.
as an adolescent.
Was there somewhere you could go to get internet access if it wasn't at home?
It was either the library. There was no internet when I was growing up at all. I think I was in until I got to college.
Yeah.
That the internet existed or was.
Or well, that
a
I
tool.
knew of the internet. It was like till 1996, right after I graduated high school. So it was at college, and the only place I used to use it was at the learning center. They had like a little learning center, and I had to sign up to use it. And then libraries started to offer it. So,
Yeah, we used encyclopedias,
World Books.
Your house.
Well, when I started technology, we didn't really get a lot of it because using technology, we really didn't do anything. The only thing we did was search because we were little, we didn't actually know what to do, and we sometimes got bored with it. But then my mom, she got us on websites, so we started learning, and then after that, I started I started getting used to it, and I started learning more. So now, with technology in my house, let's say they're watching a movie on the computer, I'm all the way in the other living room while they're in the other one, and they're like, "Emily, come help us!" and
I use my internet daily, and sometimes I use it for research and entertainment.
Great.
Through the analysis of these answers, we saw a theme of older generations, like teachers, having more limited or completely minimal exposure to technology and the internet as adolescents.
Students, in comparison, shared a completely different experience with technology. Due to an advancing 21st century, students have regularly had access to technology and have ample experience getting used to its features and benefits.
Teaching 10 or 11 years ago, the classroom, we had a computer cart where the computers were probably 8 or 10 years old. Most of them didn't work. So over the last 10 years, now we're on the one-to-one initiative where every kid has access to a computer. So now, and there's internet in all the classrooms. So now I would say you can actually plan lessons, and you get a lot more buy-in from the kids. You get more excitement as soon as you say, let's take the computers out. It's just a completely different feeling in the classroom than when you say, haul out your treasures book, we're gonna read something. So it definitely has made it the kids more engaged, but it is a challenge to plan those lessons and then be worried about, well, is the internet going to work correctly? Are all the kids going to be able to sign into the internet or get their computer to turn on correctly? So it's almost like you're doing double work because you have to have some kind of a backup.
I'm really glad because I'm actually really glad that you mentioned Prodigy because I told my mom about it, and every time we're bored, she's like, how about you guys go on Prodigy? Because I got my sister into it too, and she likes it a lot too. And it's really fun because she lets us play maybe all day after we do our homework because it's educational. And every time we go on, we always like it a lot because it helps us. Sometimes we learn about it, and sometimes it's already stuff we know, and it's just review, but it helps us because we get a lot of it, and after that, we get to learn a lot of stuff, and then when we have tests at school, we get to know a little more every day when we go on Prodigy, and I actually really like that you get us on Prodigy every time we finish something new because it helps us learn something that we either already have practiced or did or something new and we try.
Awesome.
Smartphones, There's a lot of people on smartphones now, but I mean, as we all know, a lot of our people in our community are still trying to get access to even the internet. So there's many homes who don't have internet still in 2018. You know.
Well, it also depends on what kind of job. My husband's job doesn't depend on technology. He has a lot of people skills, things like that. I think a lot of us depend on different tools in our trade, so it depends. But I think also a language and an economic barrier could be an issue. So unless your job provides it or your economics provides you a tablet or a laptop and internet, that could be.
Yeah, but those smartphones nowadays where we can get driving directions, all these things are accessible right on our phone. Check our email.
So while students and teachers both agree that there are added benefits to incorporating technology and the internet to their academic learning, their feedback was dependent on perspectives. While students appreciate technology for the engagement of having the individual computer to themselves, it does create additional work for teachers.
Teachers do have to worry about the potential problems associated with tech, such as connectivity issues, students forgetting their laptops, complications with outdated or malfunctioning gadgets, or even login difficulties. The experience is subject to perspective.